Did Vita Vea come from your school? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he came from Washington as well, right?
We got Huskies everywhere.
Man, so
we got Huskies everywhere.
I mean, I think that stadium is so in the water right there, where you can kind of see in the stadium a little bit from the water.
You can take a boat to the game
and watch it.
Park at a dock and walk into the stadium. They call it. It's not tailgating; it's sailgating. So you could go on my birthday. I don't remember, 27th birthday or something like that. I've done it a few times, but one of the cool perks of my last job when I worked there was we hosted a party on a boat.
Wow.
Every single Saturday home game, and you'd take off from kind of the other side of town, and then you'd ride through the lake, and then through the locks, and then out into Montlake.
That's cool.
And there's a bar on the boat, so you're drinking and hanging out the whole time.
That's cool.
And then you get to the game, and you're right there, and you walk right in. One of the last times we were home, I got to do it and take my wife. She was my girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the reasons why I wanted her to become my wife. She had so much to drink on the boat.
Yeah.
She almost fell in the water getting off. But she didn't. She didn't. She maintained her composure. We had a great time at the game. But yeah, no, we had an awesome time at the game. That would have been so bad if she fell in the water, though.
It would have been very bad.
I wouldn't have told the story if she fell in the water.
You couldn't have. You couldn't. I can't believe you got on there running your mouth about when I fell in the water. Yeah. So being a big Washington fan, what was it like on draft night for you when, I know some of the people at the station who were live at the time, they found out about the Michael Penix thing. But how was it for you to find out that we got Michael Penix, a guy who I'm sure you were a fan of?
Oh, he's my top 5 favorite Huskies of all time. I mean, he took us to the national championship game, And I notice I say us, like I played cornerback or something for the team.
That's how we talk about the Dogs.
Yeah, right. No, I was excited first, surprised also, because nobody thought they were going to take a quarterback.
Definitely.
And then all kinds of different emotions started. I was like, well, obviously I'm excited. This is great. As like a fan, but also who has to kind of be professional too. I was like, I'm so excited I get to interview him sometime. Shake his hand and be like, thanks for being so good at Washington.
Yeah. But
then I'm also can't be a fanboy. You got to be. So we've interviewed him a couple of times, which is great. And he's really nice. But then there's also the part of it where it's like, I'm kind of, I'm a little disappointed because you're not going to get to see him play for a little while. We didn't know how long it was going to be, but they had just signed Kirk Cousins to a $100 million contract. Yeah. So it's like, all right, I think Penix can ball. I want to see Penix play week 1, and in their timeline, we might not have seen Penix play for 2 years.
Yeah,
now,
folks were talking about 3 and 4.
We all know how that played out.
Yeah.
But so we're going to get to see him sooner and got to see him sooner. But yeah, that was part of it too. I was like, this kind of sucks for him because he's already a little bit older because he transferred and he was, I think, 24 when he got drafted. So if he sits out a couple of years, he's not going to play till he's 26, 27. That I don't like that as a fan of Penix. So, we wish that it would have gone differently last year, but the silver lining, I think, for all of us, but certainly for me as a big Penix fan, is now we know we get to see him.
Yeah.
Week 1, and you got to see that little appetizer. 3 weeks.
Got to see those 3 games.
Great,
that arm.
Two game tying drives in those 3 games.
That throw to Pitts was crazy.
Oh, he said it was the catch of the year.
A couple of throws to Drake. Drake London had 31 targets in the final 2 games of the year.
Wow.
With Penix in there.
You better be looking for Drake London. If you're playing fantasy, you better be. If you do receptions, you do points per receptions, you better be looking for Drake.
Which you understand why the Falcons extended the 5th year on him, but they got to be negotiating a contract, right?
You got to go ahead and get that done.
But if I'm Drake, I'm like, I had 31 targets in 2 weeks with this guy. Maybe I play a whole year with him, and then we negotiate.
Yeah, run those numbers up.
Yeah. No, but I was ecstatic. I love that Michael Penix is a quarterback here.
So look, we about time to wrap it up. A couple questions with Penix. People say the sample size was too small for 3. I don't see, watching him and watching the difference and watching Ritter those 4 games. Penix was so cool, man. He didn't seem like nothing bother him. The 4th down plays and the 3rd down plays of coming up those first downs and those throws between those guys. Is there any way he could be a bust?
I mean, I don't want this. It's going to resurface in 5 years, and I'm going to say no, and they're going to be like, see how dumb he was. But I guess we talked earlier. I don't care about that. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't see how. I don't see how from a physical standpoint. Now look, I mean, he got hurt a couple times when he was at Indiana. Guys get hurt, so if he gets hurt, that's possible. But that's a different type of bust, right?
Yeah.
That's you're not talking about a talent problem. So with this offense and the fact that we saw that little taste last year, I do worry a little bit about Caleb McGarry protecting his blind side, because Caleb has, he's a good run blocker. Sometimes
he struggles in pass coverage. Sometimes
protection struggles a little bit.
You gave him a nickname?
What was it?
So the first game after when T.J. Watt destroyed him, what's the name you gave him?
I called him Caleb Coleslaw McGear because he's the side no one wants.
Hey, but who can argue? He got destroyed that day.
But he came later on in the year. He played all
better.
right.
Also a Washington guy, Caleb McGarry. Also,
Yeah, you know what? He is a Washington guy.
if you give me the opportunity,
He is.
I can bring it back to Washington.
I see
Every topic I can
figure
bring
it out.
back to the Huskies.
I see you
But
figure
no,
it out.
I don't see from a physical perspective with everything that he has tools wise, and then you hit on it as far as the poise. I've seen it with him in the most difficult circumstances. Fourth downs in the fourth quarter, in championship games, in playoff games. Like, the guy doesn't get affected by the moment. So, no, I think with Penix, I think we can feel really comfortable about how good now, he's still going to have struggles. He's essentially going to be a
He's
rookie
a young quarterback.
He's going to make mistakes. And there was a couple throws last year in those 3 games that he'd like to have back for sure.
Yeah.
And one of the interceptions Kyle Pitts handed to the other team.
I ain't gonna lie, that real good completion up the left side really was probably not a ball he should have thrown. If you guys remember, was that the Giants game?
Yeah.
That ball he threaded the needle. That probably really not.
That is a sentence that you are going to say with Penix.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know if that was the smartest throw. No, I don't mean smart, but like, I don't know if the coach loves that throw.
And he completed it.
But he completes it.
Yeah.
So you saw that a lot.
Because he's got a cannon.
Okay.
There was so many different times where he would let go of a ball where they'd be on like the right hash, right? And it would be a quick throw left. So you're throwing it. It might be a 5-yard throw downfield, but you're throwing the ball 40 yards across the field. And it would get there right before the DB did. And then Roma Dunze would turn upfield and go for 80 yards or something like that. But it was like, but he's got the arm to do it.
Yeah.
There was a lot of those throws last year with Kirk Cousins too that, when his shoulder got banged up or whatever the hell happened.
Yeah.